Okay, here we go. So it is Friday. It is also almost the end of the month. So today we're going to do a very specific end of the month power hour. Your activities and your behaviors and your daily time that you're spending on your business needs to there we go, Jamie. It won't let me record. Okay. Hopefully it keeps recording. Jamie's on another line on the same, she's in another room on the same thing, so it keeps being crazy. Okay, hopefully this will work. So your actions and your behaviors need to shift as the month goes on if you haven't hit your goals, right? You can't just keep doing the same stuff every day and then get to the end of the month and be like, well, why haven't I hit my goals yet? You know what I mean? So today we are going to be massively inviting and massively following up. And then honestly, you guys, through the end of the month, it's the 28th. You should do this multiple times a day until you hit your goals. That's the non-negotiable mindset of, okay, I said I was going to do this. So you do it until you hit the goal, right? You don't just let yourself off the hook and be like, oh, life got busy. Oh, it's the weekend. I'm not going to work because that's my norm. I don't work on Saturday or Sunday. If you haven't hit your goals yet, you better be working on Saturday or Sunday, right? You have to create that type of accountability with yourself if you want to really move the needle forward on a consistent basis. So let me share my screen and we'll get this kicked off. Okay, so first we're going to do a little mindset check, okay? Never, ever, ever go into your power hour if you're feeling any sort of ounce of fear, doubt, negativity, funk, anything like that. So I want you guys, we're just going to breathe really quick. So put everything down that you're doing. I want you guys to focus. I want you guys to close your eyes. And I want you guys to breathe in for 5 seconds and breathe out for 5 seconds. And when you breathe in, you're going to breathe in courage and excitement and inspiration and belief and confidence. And when you breathe out, you're going to exhale doubts and fear and reservations and that scarcity mindset and any limiting beliefs that right now are floating on in your brain. You're going to do this. Let's do it for 30 seconds. So breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, open your eyes if they were closed. I want you guys to get in the practice and the habit of doing this before any time you do a power hour. It is so important. And I don't care what your beliefs are. I believe that we are all able to be instruments in whatever higher power you believe in. I believe that every single day we show up, we're able to be an answer to someone's prayer, be an answer to what someone needs in some capacity. And proof of this, I was listening to my PD. That's why I like to take action after I'm doing personal development, because that's when I feel in tune with everything that's going on. That's when I feel really in tune with my purpose and my mission and what I'm here on earth to do. So I try to take action immediately, do a post, talk in my stories, share something that stood out to me. And I did a post today, about an hour ago, or maybe less than that, about my new journal. It was just a saying, and I was really just encouraging them to remove the doubts that they have, to replace it with belief, and just reassuring them that they have this. And literally the first girl that liked the picture commented and was like, this is exactly what I needed today. Thank you for sharing. And I was like, what a testament, because I already had made my mind up that I was going to do something like this at the beginning of our power hour. And then I did that, and it was just the universe, God, higher power, whatever you believe in, it was just such like a proof that I'm on the right path. Like, you know what I mean? And when you're in tune with what you're supposed to be doing, that is when you will find the people who need you. That is when you'll say the words that someone needs to hear. That is when you will truly get to connect with the people who need your story, your voice, your message. And it takes the pressure off of us, right? It takes the pressure off of us saying the right thing or having to create content and like doing all the stuff that sometimes stresses us out because we're not feeling inspired. Get inspired every day. It literally takes 30 seconds to really realign yourself with what you believe in, releasing the negativity, breathing in the positivity, like reaffirming to yourself what you're here to do, what you're really passionate about, and then get to work. And in those moments, after you like get in alignment and you feel recentered, that is the time to open up your journal and brain dump any thoughts, any ideas, any names that come to mind, because that is when you're really, really in tune. And you will get random names that pop up. And you're like, why did I think of them? I don't know. Go shoot them a message and figure it out. You'll get these ideas of girls you talked to months ago, and you're like, crap, whatever happened to her? Why are we not talking right now? And just shoot them a message and see how they're doing. It's incredible. When you take like the pressure off of you and you stop just working like a robot, how inspired action is so much more powerful than just like going through the motions, going through your list, right? So make sure you're taking time to get in alignment, okay? All right, now we are going to go in our social media and we're going to either do a post or we're going to do stories. And this is very, very like call to action, last call for your group, whatever's on your heart. If you want to talk about your challenge group, if you want to talk about coaching, you need to do some sort of call to action. And what I love to do on Fridays is I love to put something up that in your stories or a post, it lasts, right? It lasts at least 24 hours in your stories. It lasts forever on your feed. So get something up. There's a nice typo. Get something up that will continue to work through the weekend. So when you're unplugged with your family for whatever, your business can still be moving forward. Get a poll up, get something up, get some sort of storyboard template or something where you can put up information, do a call to action, share some transformations, and get some conversations ignited this weekend that you can finish up by Sunday. Because Monday we have the hard deadline of the last day of the month. We might as well use Monday as the start date for whatever you have going, so you have really strong deadlines in alignment with your goals, okay? So 5 minutes, you can turn off your video if you feel weird talking in your stories while we can see whatever, 5 minutes, and then we're gonna come back. But I want you to take action in some capacity right now in your stories and on your feed, okay? Okay, I was doing it with you, so it took me a little bit longer than 5 minutes. All right, now we're gonna go invite. So right off the bat, we're gonna get these crack-a-lackin'. So I encourage you to, from your story watchers, from your post engagers, start there. If you're like, I don't know who to invite, start with the people that are already familiar with what you're doing. If you've been connecting with people for weeks and you have people to invite from a collection, go for it. Go there, go to your Facebook friends list, people that you would just love to have in your group. Find at least 20. We have 20 minutes to do this. You can get at least one a minute. I promise you that when you're working from a list. So 20 minutes, there's a quick invite example. If you need some inspiration, it's just super basic. Don't overthink it. Share your heart, share what you're passionate about, share why you're inviting them, and just plant the seed. Don't be tied to the result. Don't worry about what they say. Just know that people out there need what you have, and you need to do your part as a coach to plant the seeds to find the people who are ready. Obviously, not everyone will be, and that's okay. You're still amazing. Go plant the seeds, and let's see who is waiting for you to show up in their inbox. Okay, 20 minutes, and then we'll be back on here. Okay, you guys, 5 more minutes. Blitzy, blitz, blitz. Get at least 5 more before we're done, okay? Okay, let's move on. You guys, how does it feel when you get your invites done? I don't know why we ignore these lots of days and we make it so much harder than it is. I always feel so empowered when I get my invites done and I'm like, gosh, why do I not do this more frequently? So just take note of that feeling when you get those like that, those wins and how good it feels. And just remember that. Just remember that tonight, or just remember that tomorrow when you're kind of pushing them off, be like, no, I'm just gonna do it. And the more you do it, the more you'll just kind of get in the habit of loving that feeling and doing it more. Okay. So now we're going to take 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes. Go send 3 coach invites directly to the business. Don't overcomplicate it. If you have some girls that you just think would be so fun to have at your next team retreat, you want to have a slumber party with them, you want to be with them at Summit, you want to lock arms and run with them, those are the girls that you're inviting to coach with you. Okay. You just never know who needs this community, the positivity, a financial opportunity to change their life, a way to get over depression, anxiety. There's so many reasons that someone could want this or need this. Go plant the seed. Okay. At least 3, 5 minutes, go. Okay, we got to keep moving. Now we're going to follow up. We're going to do this for 15 minutes and then we're going to have a couple minutes at the end. Follow-ups are where most of your people at the end of the month are going to come from. So really, really, really focus on the list that you have from people interested in the past, share cards that haven't been filled out yet, people who have filled out an application form but never actually signed up. Like follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. Every single month, I have a follow-up collection on Instagram. Whenever someone wants information, they go into my follow-up collection. Every single month, they're getting re-invited to my group until they sign up. And it's just checking in again, just touching base, seeing if it's a better time. Okay. So go to your follow-ups, 15 minutes, and go. All right, you guys. Let me look at the chat real quick. Awesome. 40 invites done. Love it. 50 follow-ups later. 30 invites out, 5 to coaches. You guys, so awesome. Okay, if you have extra time to work, check in your challenge groups, love on your people, always serve the people at your table so you're not forgetting about them while you're looking for new people. We're gonna have to wrap this up in a sec, but I wanted to give you guys a chance that are on live to ask any questions that you have the last couple minutes. Does anyone have any questions about inviting and following up specifically? I'll stop sharing this. Anything?
I actually have a question. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
When people like say I've done Beachbody before, like they kind of act like they hate it and don't want anything to do with it. Do you completely just take them off, or do you still put them like?
No, I would find out more.
Okay.
I wouldn't assume that just because they've done it before that they hated it. Maybe they had a crappy coach. Maybe they stopped committing to it. Maybe they, you know what I mean? Like there's so many things. Like we can't write the story for them and just assume the worst. So I would just be like, oh, really? That's awesome. What programs have you done? Like I just continue the conversation. I always assume the best. At the beginning, I assumed the worst. And I learned really quickly that that was not serving me by assuming the worst and just like making the decision for them. And so now I reroute and I assume the best. And so I just assume that they had a crappy experience, that if they did it with me, their experience would be completely different. And I want to give that better experience to them. So that's what I lead with. And I find out what happened, why they're not doing it anymore, how they're doing on their journey now. Like, have they found something else they love? Like, just talk, you know what I mean? Not with the agenda to like rope them in again, but just to find out what's going on. And if it is something that you can help them with, then great, you know? So just keep the conversation going in a non-weird, like naggy way, just casually finding out what's going on.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions, you guys? We have 2 minutes. Erica asked, how are you inviting 40 people? Are they cold invites? I think Erin got off, but I know she's on in my downline. She has system in place. So she's connecting with people and then inviting them. So she's having people, so they're not cold invites. She's connecting with them first and then inviting them, but there's a bunch of girls all in one place that she can invite. Or I'm sure she's going from her story watchers as well. And those are never cold. If people are watching you, like lots of the girls I invited today, we had never had a conversation ever. When I went to send them a message, there was nothing, no past, no history of any messages, but they're watching my stories. So they're very familiar with the fact that I work out every day, the fact that I mentor women in the business, the fact that I'm a mom, the fact that all the things, because I'm so open with what I do and what I love. And if they're watching, they're interested and curious enough to stick around, they're getting an invite. So even if you haven't had a one-on-one conversation with them, if they're watching, that's not cold, okay? At what point do you stop following up? I never stop following up until they like say, no, I'll never do it with you. Or I actually found this that I love, whatever. Like if they give me like a hard no, never, then I'll absolutely not check in with them. But if they don't answer me, that is not a no. That is I'm too afraid to start with you right now, but I don't want to say it yet, so I'm just not going to respond. That's not a no. I'm going to keep engaging, building the relationship, and then checking in with them again the next month and following up. Because I've had way too many people that have said, thank you so much for not giving up on me. I'm ready now. And it's like, bam, you just got to reach them at the right time when they're in that moment of like, I just need something. And we just have to do our part to keep checking in. Yeah, Kelsey said my collections took out all the guesswork for my invites. Seriously, you guys, it changed my world when I started implementing collections. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my YouTube and I do trainings on them there. I sent a personal message right after I connect saying, hi, thanks for the ad. Kelsey just said, I had a friend from college 4 years ago that I invited for 4 years ago, and she started Monday and is down 6 pounds. She told me no 500 times. I love it. Yeah, there's certain people that I build a relationship with and I just really love them and think they're awesome. I just continue to check in. Like, hey girl, I still think you'd be so fun to have in there. Like, do you want to jump in with us this month? Like, and you can make it not weird and not pushy and not awkward. Just lead with why you are checking in with them again. Like, why do you want their energy in there? Why do you think they'd be fun to have doing this with you or whatever? Yeah, don't give up on people. Okay, wrapping it up. Hopefully this is helpful. Like I said, continue doing this. All you do, you guys, to hit your goals by the end of the month is you take massive action on these things. You're inviting, you're following up. You're inviting, you're following up. You're inviting, you're following up until you hit your goal. Not until you get 10, not until you get 5, until you hit your goal. And guess what that does for next month? It creates massive momentum. So the more accountable you hold yourself to your goals every month, the more momentum you create the following month to make it even easier to hit your goals. If you just give up on yourself because we have a few days left and you'll just try again next month, you're never going to get over the hump. You have to do something different if you want different results, okay? So this is my challenge to you. Whatever goal you set for yourself for August, hold yourself to it. Do the actions until you hit the goal. Go find new people, go start new conversations, go send new invites, go follow up with more people, go through your phone list and text the people that right now you're afraid to talk to. Go talk to them. Okay. All right. I will see you in a couple weeks when I host again. All right. Talk soon. See ya.